We also need a trusted voice of independent experts out there, not aligned with any particular industry or company, but out there talking about nuclear, providing information in a way that the general public can understand and absorb. We need a diverse set of voices to talk about nuclear so that especially in times of concern, we can provide the right information, the factual information about what's happening.
Zaporizhzhia plant is a very modern, robust nuclear power plant. People think about the Chernobyl plant, which was the site of a nuclear accident back in the 1980s. Zaporizhzhia is a very different plant. It's got a robust containment structure. So the key to safety for these plants is to ensure that there's adequate cooling water to the core.
The fire is in buildings with windows. Nuclear reactor buildings don't have windows. These seem to be administrative or training buildings. The IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, is saying there is no increase of radiation on the site. There is no release of radiation. These are not Chernobyl-type reactors. They have very strong concrete and steel containment domes designed to hold in any radiation release.
So one thing I want to make clear is that we can detect really low levels of radiation. We're really good at finding and counting really small quantities of radiation. So when we say there's a spike or something like that, keep in mind that we're talking about an increase over a very small level to begin with.
My background is that I was born and raised in India, so we didn't have access to clean electricity or reliable electricity for that matter, clean water or air. So my motivation for really getting into nuclear is because I want to see deployment of clean energies around the world, and particularly in India, where I grew up, where we didn't have access to those things.
So radiation is part of our natural world, right? You're getting it from the sun, you're getting it from cosmic rays, it's in the materials that we use to build our homes, our churches, our schools, our place of work, and also it is in the air we breathe, right?
Yeah, so first I want to take a step back and talk about what radiation even is. Radiation is just energy. So atoms within different materials will sometimes, get really energetic and excited, and they need to release that extra energy in some way, and that takes the form of radiation. You can think of it as a little kid that eats too much candy, and they just got to run around to get rid of that energy. So it's just energy that's all around us.
So it's something called a loss of offsite power, or loop event, where there are critical cooling systems that require electricity to function. And the key with nuclear safety is really about keeping the plant cool.
And you want that in a way that doesn't emit gases. Then we need to put our clever brains to advance nuclear that will give us that reliable, scalable, and abundant source of energy.
But there's new science coming in every day that shows us that radiation is really less worrisome than we thought it was in the past. The risks of closing Indian Point to the public health of New York are greater than its continued safe operation.
Yes, the answer is yes. The water is safe. The Japanese government has done an extraordinary effort to mitigate any harm that would be from the release of this water. Frankly, they're diluting it to such an extent that it would be hardly detectable above background. I think you realize that the key element of this that's left in this water after it's been treated is tritium. And tritium is a naturally occurring radioactive element. It's in all water and always has been. So your body, the water you drink, everything has tritium in it.